Victor Buono has not been with us a while. He's a fine actor and a most talented poet. And he is starting on a tour of 30 universities in January, starting at Dade College in Florida. And I think he's going to open with a New Year's poem. Would you welcome Mr. Victor Buono? Victor?
Thank you. Firm in the belief that even magnificence can be improved, I have some New Year's resolutions. A laugh, a sigh, cup of wine, a midnight toast to auld lang syne. Now fetch me paper, fill my pen, it's time to turn that leaf again. But this year I intend to make some promises I cannot break. Resolutions in my hand, resolutely here I stand on the edge of then and the cusp of now. In days ahead, I firmly vow not to play Romeo, not to sing Tosca, not to say no to an Emmy or Oscar, not to be stubborn whatever the cost, and never to ask for directions when lost. I won't learn to skydive, I won't learn to ski, and I won't throw a punch at Muhammad Ali. I won't buy a yacht or diet in Paris, or marry a yak, unless she's an heiress. I'll go right on wishing on hay trucks and stars and locking my keys in the trunks of cars. If the cabinet should visit Rome, I promise not to be surprised if Earl Butz is left at home heavily anesthetized. Whenever I hear love in bloom, I'll smile and spill a couple tears of thanks for having had him here those 80 royal years. I'll be sweet to the kid who shouts, "Look at the fat man. He looks like the fat man who used to do Batman." I promise to be gentle, kind, and pleasant. But first, I'm going to knife the little peasant. In smart cafes with dainty chairs designed for Munchkin derrieres and prices fit to bust a chic, instead of being mild and meek and humbly requesting a change of venue, I'll sit on the table, demand a menu, consider which dishes I deem apropos, and order a 7-course dinner to go. I'll boycott, banish, and ignore. I'll challenge to an open war commercials and ads and sales pitches composed by skinny sons of beagles proclaiming with fanatic relish that fat is awful, fat is hellish, fat's unlawful, fat's sad, fat's abnormal, fat is bad. Well, they're liars and it's just a bunch of bull. For fat is never having to say you're full. And I really should stop there, but there are 4 more lines, and I'm paid by the line, and I can use the extra 20 cents, so... And although I've been told that it's sweet to grow old and just watch as cares fade like a tan, I'm resolving to live just as long and as wide and as much as I possibly can.
As always, you've got a great ear for lines and construction.
Thank you.
That's another goodie.
Thank you, sir.
We haven't seen you for, well, it was last year.
Almost a year, a little over. I've been bouncing around like a beach ball.
You play in the universities, huh?
Yes, I...
Those must be great
starting
crowds
out
because the
next week.
college people are so aware of what is going on.
Yes.
And hip.
It's a good place to learn under the guise of teaching.
Yeah. Weren't you doing something? They said you were at the Shakespeare or doing some Shakespeare?
I spent 4 months at the Old Globe Theater this summer doing Shakespeare in San Diego. Unfortunately, it was 2 miles from my grandmother's house. And so it was 4 months of ravioli, lasagna, and spaghetti. It was a great summer for Shakespeare, but my tailor didn't fare too well during it. I put on about 4 yards.
Yeah. You mentioned in your poem you'll never play Romeo. Now, I suppose because of your size, people always say, how about Falstaff?
I could play Romeo. I'd have to get a Buick and drag to play Juliet.
The death scene might be a little hairy. It'd take you a year and a half to die of poison before it got into the system. You never have played Romeo, though.
Not on stage.
What's your favorite Shakespeare? that you can really...
I guess Falstaff is the one I have the most fun with. I'd like to see you play King Lear. I'll stand in line. I'll stand in line for that one.
Oh, thank you.
Playing King Lear, you mean just as straight or just a little bit
You could do anything.
in the bag? Have you ever played any Shakespeare at all?
No, indeed. I wouldn't dare touch it.
Oh, it's the doorkeeper in that Scottish play you're not supposed to mention while you're doing a show because it's bad luck.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Are you superstitious?
No!
The theater seems to be rampant with superstition. Don't whistle in the dressing room, all of those things.
Yes.
Where do those
I
emanate
have
from?
no idea, except that actors are perhaps sometimes kind of strange people.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Where did break a leg come from? Do you know at all?
I suppose someone said it to someone who they wanted to have break a leg.
But then it'd be reversed and became a good luck, right?
I believe it was Red Skelton who actually broke his leg, wasn't it? When someone said that to him, and he went out on stage and did break his leg one night. But that didn't start then.
No.
It's many years old, but you said something about the dressing room. Don't whistle in the dressing room and all this. That bad luck. But the bad luck I've had when I've been with you is I've never had a dressing room.
Oh, we want to keep you from whistling. That's the main thing. You have
I'm
another.
sharing mine with a cobra.
You have another short bit of verbiage, prose.
By the way, you know, I travel. I'll be doing a lot of colleges, but I keep in touch. I watch the show, and did I hear you say something one night about the effects of marijuana on the
I was reporting.
breasts
Yes,
of
we did a
men?
thing in the newspaper, that they found that heavy cigarette smoking among males, strangely enough, among men, increased the size of the breasts in males. It was in the newspaper.
I take your word.
An unusual item.
I have recently heard a discouraging word from a source which, of course, can be trusted, that he who smokes pot risks arrest if he's caught, and he also runs the risk of being busted. If it's true that the weed swells men's bosoms indeed if they smoke it without moderation, then I'd like to say that's a great price to pay in return for a cheap titillation. Now, many won't believe a word. They say it's utterly absurd, a wily way of playing on men's fears. Perhaps we'll all believe our eyes when Playboy starts to advertise the Johnny Carson line of men's brasiers. So smoke a plain old cigarette. Don't booby-trap your silhouette. You needn't be the same as all the rest. Go make the best of it. Make a clean breast of it. Be a man and get things off your chest.
You will never lack for material the way things have been going lately. It's good to see you again.
Good to be
We'll take a short break, and Atlas Roger St. John will join us, so stay where you are.